Hey guys, Adam here from Food and Fitness Always, and today I am going to be cooking a really nice tofu, seitan and pui lentil salad. I basically need to do some batch cooking because I've just been told that I'm going back to work on Thursday, so we're not going shopping till the end of the week, probably the weekend. So I basically need to use up what we've got left, but that's not to say that you can't create amazing recipes and dishes from what you've got in your fridge, in your freezer, and putting it all together, and that's what I'm going to do today. So what have we got? Some chickpeas, some spinach, some mushrooms. I have a couple of sweet potato wedges with some spices on. And of course I've got the leftover tofu, and I have an unopened love seitan, chili and garlic sausagey thing. And this is really good, by the way. You can add it to pretty much any kind of salad, pasta, wrap, and in terms of protein, it's phenomenal. It has 30 grams of protein per 100 grams. So this whole thing is 275 grams. So I would say this much. That's 30 grams of protein right there. I'm gonna have, this is half a tofu block as well. There's protein in the chickpeas, in the spinach. So, oh, and there's also Merchant Gourmet's leftover pui lentils as well, which I absolutely love. So, first thing I'm gonna do is just basically put it into small cubes. So, there you go. Those are all the chunks done. Just gonna leave them to one side for now. The only other thing that really needs to be prepped inside here is the mushrooms. So that's prepped. So I'm just going to chop off the end. And then it just comes off basically like any kind of sausage. This only requires a few minutes of cooking. I think what struck me about it was not only the various flavors, but particularly the amount of protein that was going into it. You know, when I was going plant-based, my biggest fear was not getting enough protein, which I'm pretty sure the majority of us, especially those that are looking to either build or maintain muscle in the fitness side of things, were concerned about. And things like the tofu, how many protein per gram is in tofu and in seitan is just ridiculous. And when you put it all together into a salad and you have it as one or two servings, you are getting probably more than you would out of a chicken breast. So no reason to go back. So that's all the prep done, so I'm gonna get frying. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna just add this super light 1 calorie spray and give that a couple of goes. Put some seasoning, mainly the tofu, because the seitan is already seasoned. And then I just carefully use a wooden spoon just to make sure it cooks evenly on each side. So now that the tofu is getting golden brown, it's getting a bit more cooked, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to give it another spray, the pan. I love that sound. And then I'm going to add the mushrooms and the seitan. I'm going to get that on. Then just give everything a bit more of a mix. So that will probably take another maybe 4 to 5 minutes. So everything's starting to come together now. So now I'm going to add the chickpeas. So again, more protein in the chickpeas. I'm definitely going to be full after all of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of flavouring to the chickpeas in particular, as well as the tofu. All it's got on it at the moment is the salt and pepper. So I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper, just to give it a bit of a kick. And I'm just going to do this by eye. I never really add more than a 1/4 teaspoon. That's fine. And then just a little bit of paprika. And it just really gives the chickpeas a little bit of flavour. Next I'm going to add some spinach. So I've just taken a handful here. This will really go down to pretty much like nothing. So I'll probably end up adding more. It goes really well. Next I'm going to add the sun-dried tomatoes. And it's really coming together now. One of the things that I think will work well here is some couscous, just to kind of bulk it out, add that extra grain. Couscous is great because, like, literally it takes 2 minutes to add to bulk up a dish. You simply pour enough of it. I used to measure it out, but I just do it by eye level now. That should be enough. Make sure it's seasoned. Season it well. Salt and pepper. You can add a bit of lemon juice to that as well. And then you simply just pour enough boiling water so that it's all covered. And just over a couple of minutes, it will literally just absorb. And I just place a tea towel over it and it just cooks faster. Like that. And in about 2 minutes, it'll have doubled in size, absorb the water, and that's it. I just noticed in the fridge that the red cabbage is on the turn. So I'm just going to slice a little bit of this off. Don't need to use loads of it because it's already quite a big dish. And this will really add some like nice crunch to the dish. Oh, and then we've got our leftover sweet potato, which again is filled with a lot of spices from yesterday's dish. Just gonna chop that. I am just gonna add the red cabbage, and then I'm gonna add the sweet potato chunks. Sorry, I'm completely obscuring the camera here, but as you can see, I'm just going to give it all a bit of a mix. We've got so much protein in there. We've got spinach, we've got red cabbage, we've got the chickpeas, we've got the seitan, we've got the mushrooms, and the sun-dried tomatoes as well. So it is really going to come out nicely. I am going to add that spoonful of tomatoey pre-lentils, so this should go really well as well. You can just see that. So that's pretty much all I've got left, because they always get used, and I absolutely love them. Okay, so the couscous is done. As you can see, there's no more water in it, and what I'm going to do is basically just get a fork, fluff it up. I am going to pour that into the rainbow bowl, I like to call it. That's what we're going to nickname it. And this is where basically it can be used for a number of days, and I'm just going to grab a big batch of it every morning, take it to work with me, and there is so much there. I mean, that is, I would say, at least 3 or 4 meals you can put together. We're almost done. You can even let this cool. It'll be nice hot or cold, it really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to make the dressing, drizzle it over, and then have lunch. Last but not least is the dressing. I'm just going to take a small jug, so I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of tahini, and then I'm going to add a little dash of lemon juice. These are just garlic granules. You can use fresh garlic as well, but I find that this just will save a bit of time because I really want to eat. A little bit of salt, and then just grab a fork, give it a mix together. And what I would say is if it's a little thick, which this one looks like it is, I'm just going to add a little bit of water. it'll go further as well. And you know, this can be stored in an airtight container and used later. So this is like the consistency of it. So I'm just gonna add a touch of maple syrup. And I'm gonna show you exactly how much I'm adding. Just a couple of drops, just to give it that nice sweetness, really. And then another mix. I'm gonna pour a little bit of this dressing over. Really nice that. In fact, I'm gonna try some now. I don't even need to sit down. I'll just eat it here. That's really nice. Different textures, those different flavours. Yeah, so that's that. Let's go and enjoy it. So that's it from me. I am going to go enjoy this food now. If you liked the recipe and you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. It's all about plant-based cooking. I will be posting new videos, new recipes. So yeah, if you can subscribe and like the video, it really helps the channel and spreads the word about plant-based eating. So yeah, thank you for watching.